Sara Vargas. Can Vargas continue her excellence after the near 300 game last time out? Leanne Barrette, all that experience against the youngster Sara Vargas. An intriguing matchup here from the Fashion Show Mall in Las Vegas as the USBC Women's Challenge rolls on. Sara Vargas gets us going and has a 7-pin. Chris, you saw Sara dismantle your wife Linda in the first match. Can she keep the streak going? Not the 300 possibilities, obviously, no.
Yeah, it's going to be difficult because the lanes have changed a lot. And what happens in this format more than any other, because of the one lane, there's twice as many shots as there normally would be on this lane. The lane has transitioned more. You see the ball, it burned up energy in the front, hit a little bit weaker in the back. And that's why she left the 7-pin.
Oh, remember she missed that to end her incredible first game, and she did the exact same thing here, but this time it matters. Last time it didn't really matter.
Because she had the match put away, almost had a 300 game with the first 10 strikes, but here an open early, and we'll see if Sara can rebound. Native of Colombia, 4 years of Wichita State Shocker, as was our Chris Barnes.
That's a different look on Sara's face than she had in her first match when she started with the first 10.
Considerably. Leanne starts off this third game, her second of the day, with a strike.
Yeah, this is really in Leanne's wheelhouse here. She has moved a little bit further left, and you know, the lanes are coming to her and probably away from Sara just a little bit.
Well, manual pin setters doing their best to get the pins up as quickly as possible here at the mall in Vegas.
She's moved a couple boards left, and this allows her just to knock them down as quick as possible.
Which she's done quite well. 2006 Colombian national champion. 96 gold medal, the singles of the World Youth Championships. Sara Vargas, incredible resume. And late help on number 7.
Here we're talking about lane transition, and what we're talking about with transition is the oil. As each ball goes down there, it creates a little path. It takes some of the oil off the front, carries a little bit of it down, but much of it is retained in the ball. This makes the front part of the lane hook more, the back part of the lane hook less, and really comes into play for somebody like Sara, who has less rev rate than Leanne.
Leanne talked about living in Northern California. Works for PBA Hall of Famer Steve Cook. Bowling industry. Perfect strike for her there. And Thomas, she said she was just not ready for her career to end. And we'll talk more about that when we return to Vegas. Plus the exciting conclusion of this matchup. Sara Vargas head-to-head with Leanne Barrette from the USBC Women's Challenge. High school bowling is America's fastest growing varsity sport. The 10th annual Team Masters is open to all high school bowlers and younger. Competition begins with local qualifying across America this January. Boys and girls from each qualifier will advance to the national finals. The prize for the 07 Team Masters champ is the largest scholarship award in the history of bowling. For more information, log on to teammastersbowling.com. Leanne Barrette, star bowler on the right against Sara Vargas from Colombia. First 2 strikes. Tom, we were talking about the abbreviated career before the commercial break of Leanne Barrette. Do you think she could have continued her greatness had the tour continued itself?
Oh, clearly. I mean, she was among the top players on tour when it stopped in 2003, and she was on track to be the all-time greatest winner. She was the first to win $1 million on the PWBA tour.
Third frame, Sara Vargas.
Wow, it almost made it back, but you could hear from Sara right off the bat. She really didn't like that shot very much. Watch it, it's off her hand, it's flat, it's not as much around as it was before, off her thumb early, and she leaves the bucket. Down with an early open, Leanne looking really comfortable already. This is not a spare I want to shoot.
Chris, what has happened to Sara's game after the near 300?
Well, it's basically just the break. The lanes have changed a little bit. She had to move in 2-3 boards, maybe a little bit more than that.
Well, leaves the 4 pin, so the bucket does in Sara Vargas for a second open. to begin this second match for her. What a dramatic change from the opener where she rolled over your wife with that incredible near 300 game.
Well, she's gotten so much better over the last 2 or 3 years. She's working with Rick Benoit a lot. She's tremendously more versatile than she was, but the hard time is figuring out the why and the when.
Leanne Barrette continues a great start here to this second game for her. Turkey to begin things, the first 3 strikes.
It's got to be putting a little bit of fear into all the other bowlers sitting on the side. When they see Leanne Barrette get rolling, they know they're in for it.
They know what a great champion she was on the PWBA tour.
Now, Sara Vargas does have the ability to put things behind her and put these pass frames behind her.
4th frame, that comes in high. Look out.
But not there.
No 6, 7, 10 stand for Sara. And the disaster continues here for the former Wichita State star.
Yeah, this, unfortunately, is just where experience kicks in. That was actually a much, much better shot, but its reaction from the shot before that, which got off her hand quick. This one came off her hand fantastic, but now she has to move left to try and catch up. But she's in a tough spot now.
Trying to spray the 6-pin across the deck to the 7, cannot complete it. Sara has plans to go to Saudi Arabia to teach bowling. She was introduced to a prince over there and will work inside a safe, secure compound in the Middle East. She's never been there before, but that's her plan. Currently, she spends 8 months a year in the United States and then travels abroad. Of course, still has a home, plenty of family in Colombia. Strangle all in the match right now. Look at the 54-pin lead for Barrette. Crossing over. 5-pin.
And here we'll watch. She's put on a clinic through the first 3 shots, and this one is a mirror image of some of them earlier in the first game. She falls off the shot to the right, ball comes off to the left. Lucky to leave. Some 9s are much better than others, and that's considered a good 9.
We mentioned that Leanne Barrette's career was cut short, but you know, sometimes things just work out for the best, because by getting off tours, she'd been on since she was 19 years old. By getting off tours, she had an opportunity to meet her fiance, and now she's engaged to be married next spring.
Look out.
Never see that. A 5-pin. She missed